Oh my God, the cart is out again on the field. Who is it this time? Oh, it's Boza. He's gone. Oh no, here they go. Jimmy G's going into the blue tent. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Now, Shepard is in the tent. Here we go. The cart's coming back up. Barkley's getting carted out. I hope you had none of those players I just said on your fantasy football team today, because some of them are out for the remainder of the season, and that was the story of Week 2 of the NFL. Today's time for the Week 2 NFL thoughts and review. Basically, injuries. Oh, what? I mean sports talk. Ooh, I almost said on the pedal. That would have been bad. We have a lot to get to today, including Tom Brady's first ever win as a Tampa Bay Buccaneer. It's hard to say as a Patriot. That is really hard to say as a Patriot fan. Oh my gosh. Whew. I need some water here. Whew. The Ravens, though, are continuously on a roll, going 2-0, and we're going to talk about the 2-0 teams so far this season. There's not a lot of them. Mahomes is lucky for his second win this year and the Chiefs' 11th consecutive win. Injuries and the Sunday night showdown. We're going to get to all of that and some more. Like I just said, it's going to be fun. I love these, and I think you guys do too, because every NFL week is so much fun. But first, let's talk about the Buccaneers win. And somebody who was in the quarterback's first win. I'm just messing with you guys. Buccaneers' first ever career win, and not career win, it sounds like it is. They won something last year with Winston. But Tom Brady's win. His first win as a Buccaneer. Congratulations to him. I'm not going to say too hard on him. He's the greatest quarterback of all time, and he proved today that he can win with any team, including the Buccaneers, who still have every single weapon they need to win a game, and still hadn't had the best game of his career. And Chris Sims makes me laugh sometimes with what he says about Tom Brady, but honestly, I thought he had a pretty good game. I didn't think that he had a game worth saying was bad. He had a pretty decent game, and I'm not even going to criticize him. I mean, he made some good passes and he made some good plays, and that's what you need to do as an NFL quarterback. And he's an older quarterback, and he still, one thing he does is takes the hits, you know. He took some hits, but he still lets that ball off way early, wicked early to his receivers, and that's one reason I think he has problems with, is he lets it go really fast. And that's a problem. And I'm not going to sit here and say, Tom Brady is a real bad quarterback because he can't get the ball off. No. He's a great quarterback, and I think he's going to make it to the finals for the Western Conference. I think he's not going to be there to win them, but he'll be there for the Western Conference Finals, and good for him. I think that's awesome for him to go and be a Western Conference Finals team. I don't even think they call it the Western Conference. I'm just thinking NHL in my head, but that conference, to be in the finals, is pretty good. And I think that he is a great player, and to be there is awesome for him. No one else benefits from him being in Tampa except for him and his team. Gronkowski has still been not a big factor in the Tampa Bay offense, and I don't understand why they would even pick him up, because he had some big bucks with him, I think. Why would you pick him up if he's not going to be a factor in your offense? Just to say Tom Brady and Gronk are back together, that's something that I think is a thing that I don't know what's happening with Gronkowski and why he hasn't been out on the field as much and not why he hasn't been catching as many passes. And it's something I'm interested in finding out within the next few days, is why is Brady and not having Gronk part of the offense? Is there some loss of chemistry? Is there some problems? Is Gronk not liking it in Tampa and wants to come back to the Patriots? Because we don't want him. Well, maybe they do, but like he's not gonna be performing, then why would we, you know? He's not being a good competitor. So we'll see why Tampa Bay is not playing Gronk and why they are separating him, but it's something that's going to be a storyline all year. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers have done a good job of putting themselves in the spotlight. I'm not going to lie. They did a good job of putting themselves in the spotlight and getting talked about on shows like this and on many more YouTube shows and on big network shows. You know, they did a good job of getting being in the conversation, and today they got their first ever career win. I think it was expected, and yeah, we'll continue on for them. They go on to next week, and that should be interesting. The Ravens are 2-0 this season. Congratulations to them for advancing that far. They're not the only 2-0 team. We're going to go through all the 2-0 teams because I want to talk about Mahomes in just a second and all the injuries that came with these games today. But the Ravens are continuously performing good. And I'm telling you right now, they are a playoff team and they are going to advance to the finals for the East. And I made this prediction. I'm going to dwell on my predictions throughout these shows that we make every Monday. But these are competitive teams that continue to go out week in and week out and perform well. You know, they performed well on week 1 and they continue to do so today. And their competition their competition is still good. They're not playing teams that stink. They have played pretty good competitive teams so far this season, and part of that being that they are still good. They're still a good team. Whoa, sorry y'all. They're still a good team and playing teams that are good. And their schedule continuously is going to be good. They're playing good teams, and like I think that is something that you need to say is good. You know, them being able to compete. As a Ravens fan, you're happy because that's really good. And the way they were able to go out there and compete is awesome. But next week is Monday Night Football, and I think you guys need to turn your TVs on to ESPN on Monday night. It's Chiefs-Ravens. And Chiefs got lucky this week. Ravens are a great competitive team, and they're going to go in next week being I think, the better team. I think the Ravens are going to come in next week and be the better team. And if they beat the Chiefs next week, that's when we start looking deeper down the line and deeper into the picture of week 18 playoffs. We get there and we see Ravens competing against them. But like they played the Texans, who are a good team, and they were able to beat them. And they played the Browns, who aren't a good team, but still they beat them, and that's fine. If you can beat a team, just beat the Browns once. You don't want to lose to the Browns ever. It's a bad look. That's a real bad look, because then I would be here telling you how bad you are if you lost to the Browns. But yeah, the Ravens play the Texans. They're a good team. Next week they play the Chiefs, and then their schedule gets a little easier with Washington and the Bengals, but then the Eagles, the Steelers, the Colts, the Patriots, the Titans. They play some really good games coming up, and I think that is something to say for the most part is watch it. Watch it go for them and see how it goes and see how their future withholds. And this team's good, and they will continue to be good. The other 2-0 teams so far this year, I thought I would just list them off for you. The Buffalo Bills, the Kansas City Chiefs, of course the Ravens, the Steelers, and the Titans are all 2-0 so far. It's a short list of 2-0 teams. The Seahawks joined that, by the way, from last night's victory against the Patriots. The Seahawks are also a 2-0 team. So that's good to hear. And now let's talk about the Kansas City Chiefs for a little bit, because They got lucky last night, and I'm not going to lie, beating the Chargers from a field goal from 58 yards. Good job for that. Kicker kicked that. That's something that's going to just be watched for a long time by a lot of people, because I think everyone saw that and said, wow, that's crazy. But the Kansas City Chiefs are losing some of their storm. They are the least, the favorite is the Ravens. They're the underdog coming into Monday Night Showdown. And that is something that needs to be said. That is something that needs to be put out there and needs to be preached. That Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs got lucky tonight. They almost lost to a team in the Chargers, which the Chiefs are better than the Chargers consistently week in and week out. You know, they're great. They're a Super Bowl team, and the Chargers have not been in Super Bowl for a while. Even the Chargers quarterback got hurt. Their starting quarterback got hurt. Their backup probably has the job now for how good he performed at the end of that game. The Chargers should be going out of this game with high heads. Not like they shouldn't go like they should be going out with high heads. They should be hanging their heads high, because the way they performed that game was unbelievably good. Unbelievably good. Keep your head up if you're the Chiefs, because if you're the LA Chargers, because you did so good in that game. And I think that the Chiefs played terribly and were lucky with the win. And I think that is an organization that's not going to win the Super Bowl. They were lucky with the win. And they play the Ravens next week, who I think they can ultimately lose to. The way their schedule keeps going and the way they consistently are spreading it out right now, I can honestly see them losing to the Ravens, who they beat last year. And they play the Patriots, so normally I would say they would kick their butts, but I can also see them losing to the Patriots as well, to Cam Newton and that New England offense, who did sadly lose in the Sunday night matchup. But I can see Mahomes going out there and kicking some butt. And the kicking some butt and being a team up here, not down here, up here, and being a team up here a lot more than a team down here. And that's what I'm looking, and that's what I'm seeing with LA. They can be that type of team. Patrick Mahomes, they shouldn't be down here. They need to be up here, and they're down here. And that's how they've been doing lately. We'll see what they can do, but they definitely got lucky tonight. I'm not saying they played the best game ever. I think they played a very lucky game and got very lucky. And I'm not going to hate on the Super Bowl champs, but they got lucky, and that's just something to say. They just got lucky. Sunday night showdown against the Seahawks and the Patriots. Cam Newton runs in to touchdown the end zone and has a great celebration, and that was in the beginning of the game. And Russell Wilson throws a pick in the first drive of the game, but he wasn't going to play like that the rest of the game as well. It was a good game throughout the day and came down to be 33-30. And maybe, hold on. I don't want to be wrong, so just in case it wasn't 33-30, you're going to see what I'm about to do. Ready? Because I don't want to be wrong for you guys. Because I'm just not that type of guy. I'm not that type of guy. Ready? 35-30. Sorry, see? I would have been wrong. It was 35-30. Cam Newton tried to make the run for the touchdown on the 3-yard line. Couldn't get it. And they lost. You know, it was a tough loss for the Patriots. It would have been the win if they got in the end zone. And it was just a tough loss. Next week, the Patriots go to play the Raiders. And they play the Chiefs and the Broncos and the 49ers and the Bills. They have a pretty easy schedule because they have a pretty easy division. And what they showed against the Seahawks last night is that they're a team that can stick with the top teams. Cam Newton is a quarterback that can quarterback with those top teams. And they also proved that the running game will work against these top teams as well. And they're going to become a running team. Cam Newton is a running quarterback. Remember when he was with the Panthers, that he consistently ran Christian McCaffrey. Christian McCaffrey had career years with Cam Newton, and now with a new quarterback isn't getting as many points and actually got hurt in the game. So we're going to get to that as well. That is something to think of, is Cam Newton is historically a quarterback who runs. and being with the Patriots now, he's going to keep doing that, and he should keep doing that. I'm not going to tell him to stop. I'm going to tell him to keep going. And for Russell Wilson, he's an MVP candidate nonetheless. Kyler Murray is as well. Great job for him. They're doing great. I'm not going to take anything away from them. They're 2-0, by the way. They're 2-0. I just only listed off a few of the 2-0 teams. Cardinals are 2-0. I don't even know if I'm doing it right because this might be backwards, but they're 2-0. I put my right hand, it looks like my left hand, so I apologize if that wasn't right. But yeah, for Russell Wilson, he is going to be a MVP candidate and should be in the conversation for it. And other news on the Patriots game is their running back, 28, was out for some very sad news that his father has passed away in a car accident, and his mother has is in very critical condition as I speak right now. So we will continue to. My condolences. They go out to. James White. My condolences go out to him and to his family right now, and we hope his mother gets better. And we're so saddened to hear that his father has passed away in that car accident, and I know everybody out there in the NFL community is feeling that same way, and everybody who is hearing the story is feeling that same way too. It was very, very unexpected for him and very sad news, and right now his mother's being treated in a Miami hospital, and his father has passed away, so condolences go out to James White and his family and whoever else is hurt by this. We're just so sad to hear. And now let's continue to the next story, which is the injuries. This is the final thing. I'm going to tell you big names who got injured in today's event. I can go on and on with injuries, but I'm just going to list off a few of them. Bosa, one of the biggest ones to get injured. He's out. He's getting an MRI as we speak, so we'll hear more information from him later. Jimmy G, ankle injury, as far as we know right now. Could be out for a few weeks, maybe even the season. We'll see how severe it is. Barkley has been ruled out as I speak for the remainder of the season. This is a Monday recording at 2:16 in the afternoon. Barkley has been ruled out from the remainder of the season. McCaffrey has an injury. Don't know how severe that is, but he was also taken off of the field. Adams as well is out. We don't know how much time for him either. And Locke, the starting quarterback, is getting an MRI today as well, and that is the starting quarterback for you know who, the Broncos. Their backup took the field, and so that's how it is right now, guys. So those are your injuries, the main injuries. That was the key storyline. I could go on and on with injuries in today's video, but that is one of the most that was like the dominating storyline. I was watching the NFL Red Zone on Sunday, and they kept showing the list, and they had to like get two lists. So many injuries. San Francisco, though, didn't just have Jimmy Garoppolo, who went down for his second year having an injury. Jimmy G, you don't want to fall into that trap of continuously getting injuries, because eventually you're going to figure out that if you keep getting injuries, you're going to get dropped by the 49ers, and that's not what he wants, and I don't think that's what his team wants. And having another year of an injury, I don't think it's a year injury. I don't think it's going to affect him for longer than the next few weeks. But God forbid it does. We don't want that to happen. But thank you all for watching this video, and we'll be back for NFL Week 3 Monday. I record it at, again, 2:18. Like, I watch my thing, I'm like, when am I recording? But thank you all for watching. Have a fabulous, fantastic day. And I guess I will see you on the next video. No, just kidding. Not guys. I will see you on the next one, I hope. Peace out to everybody, and see you on the next one.